Get some range. Good. In this video, I'm going to show you some great medicine ball exercises that can develop your elasticity, your reactivity and your power. These exercises will benefit your sprinting and your long jumping and your triple jumping. Most of these are plyometric and you can utilize a low box platform 30 to 40 centimeters high or perform them on the flat. As you can see, we have a number of combinations. You can do them from 2 feet and 1 foot. Off of 2 feet, you're probably going to get a quicker reaction. And if you use a lighter ball, again, obviously you're going to get a quicker speed. And if you do them on the flat, you're going to get a quicker speed of transference, especially if you use a run-in as well. So just by listening to what I've said then about run-ins on the flat, double foot and single foot contacts, you can see how you can manipulate the ground contact time to different ends and purposes. As we progress to the outdoor season, we will start to use lighter medicine balls, add in a more speed component by adding a run into the jumps, and start to really move quickly to get off the ground. So what we're trying to do is transfer the base of elasticity and power and eccentric capability. I've found that you need to build up to that. You can't just start by throwing a light medicine ball with a 3 to 4 step approach, doing 2 hops in the throw straight away. You need to progress to be able to do that so that your central nervous system and your elasticity and, as I keep saying in these recent videos, eccentric capacity, the stretch before the reflex, improves. So you're taking up your ability to produce that elasticity, that power, bit by bit by bit, and not trying to overload your system and achieve speeds that you would not be capable of achieving without specific undulating preparation. Let's focus on one particular exercise, hops with a medicine ball throw. Now, as I've said, you can perform these off of a low platform or on the flat with or without a run-in. The objective is to cycle the hop as you would when you're triple jumping, so that you're getting a specific transference. Then you've got to launch yourself and the ball when you throw it forwards to really triple extend. And as I pointed out in the previous week's video, you can see great similarities between the positions for the hop and the throw in terms of triple extension and thigh position. Getting that thigh up for the hop is crucial, and it's something you also need to do when you launch forwards to throw the medicine ball. So not only are we getting within reasonable levels similarities of ground contact time, we are also getting similarity of positions of triple extension. So we are in all likelihood going to get a much greater transference. I was recently listening to a podcast, Track and Field Performance podcast, run by Colm Bourke, and Colm interviewed Rolf Ohman. Now, I've spoken to Rolf in the past before, but it was great to hear in much more detail what Rolf has done with Chinese jumpers and his work with Randy Huntington, who coached Mike Powell to the world record. Huntington also coached the Chinese long and triple jumpers, and a lot of it chimed with what I do in my training and what I've been talking about in this video about undulating elasticity, taking it up level by level by level so that you can express more and more power, and how acceleration is key. Now, that's not sprint acceleration, but acceleration of all kinds of movements into and out of the stretch reflex, with the emphasis being on the eccentric element. If you can get out of the position in the triple jump where your leg is bent quicker and being able to express more power, then you're going to jump further. Now, Rolf went into great detail, as I've said, in that podcast, so I do recommend that you check it out. From my perspective, I can see that I am training my jumpers in a way that is producing results and utilizes similar concepts to what Rolf was doing, albeit the Chinese athletes had a lot more tech than what I've got. Although, hold this space, as I may in a couple of weeks be getting a T-Apex pulley machine, which will enable me to time my athletes and look at the amount of force they are generating, for example. So look out for that. Going back to the subject matter of this particular video, we will do 3 to 4 medicine ball plyometric exercises in a session. Also within that session, we will do drills and medicine ball runs, go back to last week's video to check those out. And additionally, we will do some hurdle jumps utilising often a low platform and hurdles so that we get a quicker reaction over the hurdles, with the hurdles not being too high, because again we want a fast reaction. And as you may have seen in some of my other videos, we've been putting the Anteeps Muscle Runner training shoes to the test. So here's some initial thoughts and comments.
They just put me in a really nice position. It makes me be able to run for once.
Just been wearing the Muscle Runners around the house, just trying to get used to them, and you really do notice the throw of the shoe to the forefoot and the work that the calf muscles are doing just to support your weight when walking. So I think they're going to be really good for sprinting, that they are going to have you high up on your forefoot. But I do recommend as well that you take some time getting used to wearing them, perhaps doing lower intensity drills and work, and indeed just wearing them around the house so that your feet and your lower leg muscles, in particular calves and Achilles, soft tissue, does get used to the actual throw of the shoe.